Welcome back. You have your document camera set up now so that it's projecting the document that you want. And now it's time to look at some annotation tools. Before we do that real quickly, now that you have your projection set up the way you want, you can click this down arrow and it will eliminate that toolbar at the bottom. Gives you a little bit more real estate to work with. Our annotation tools are here along the top, and I'm going to start with the second one here because this becomes important after we have something on the page. So our first tool here is the freehand tool. And this is just a pretty standard, you can use your cursor to draw around freehand any curves that you want. On your colors here, you can choose what color you want to change the pen to. Over here, you can choose the size of the point itself. You can choose whether it's a straight line, a dotted line, or an arrow. So let's just choose a straight line. And then if I change that, I want to do a dotted line just to show you what that's like. And as soon as I let off of it, it turns into a dotted line. You have your arrows. And let's see. Let me see if I can find a different color here. Let's use a green. And this is the double-ended arrow, and I'm going to choose a little bit smaller line here. And it added the arrow on either end. So there are your lines. Now the second tool here is a highlighter. Now what's different about a highlighter? It looks almost the same when you first start, or at least it did when I started. I'm going to go in here to my sizing, and I'm going to choose the largest one because I want to cover the most space possible, and I want it to be just a standard line. But I'm going to want the color to be more of a highlighter type color. Now here's where it gets crazy. If I'm going to look like I'm highlighting this, as I draw through it while I'm drawing, it looks like it's a solid line and I'm covering it up. But when I release, it becomes see-through just like a highlighter would. So that's your highlighter tool. This is simply a line tool. So instead of having a line that looks like these, you can make a nice straight line. It'll only go one direction though. It won't let you make like a V or anything like that. Our next tool here is the text tool. When you select that, you can select text somewhere and begin typing in the color that it is. Let's change that to black. And if you hold this down, you can change the text style and the size. You can add some other features to that. Next, we have a shape tool, and it will fill in the color we have here. So I'm going to just make this white. So the first shape is a triangle, and you see when you click and hold, you can choose the shape that you want. And then finally over here, this is a select object, which means that you can select any of the things that you've already drawn, and you can move that around if you'd like. And then the last one is the eraser tool. And what I like about this is all you need to do is click and drag across something you've drawn and it erases it. You don't have to erase, erase, erase like you would on a pencil and piece of paper. So you can get rid of all this. Or if you want to get rid of everything, you click the trash. Now also, you should know that once you click one of these tools, if you really want some more space, you can click the up arrow and it gives you the whole screen, but you only have access to this one tool. And you would have to open these back up in order to get to another tool. So there are your annotation tools. Shows you how to annotate on the document that you're looking at. In the next video, I'll show you how to use this to take some pictures and some video.